Hey folks, Crazy Climber 80 here again. And this time we're going to look at a game called Gang Wars, created by Alpha Denshi and licensed to SNK in 1989, but also this is another Flashback episode. So we're going to go back and look at things that went on in 1989 via the Crazy Climber 80 DeLorean. We'll start with news events. The Japanese Emperor Hirohito dies and is succeeded by Akihito. George Herbert Walker Bush is officially the 41st President of the U.S. Lexus and Infiniti brands are launched. Patrick Edward Purdy kills 5 children, wounds 30, and kills himself at a Stockton, California school. An earthquake in the Tajik SSR kills around 275. Serial killer Ted Bundy is executed by electric chair in Florida. The last of the Soviet Union army leaves Afghanistan. British author Salman Rushdie raises the ire of Iran's leader Ayatollah Khomeini over the book The Satanic Verses. Time Incorporated and Warner Communications merge into Time Warner. A geomagnetic storm causes major power outage in Quebec power grid, also affecting areas in northeastern U.S. and Sweden. Israel hands Taba over to Egypt. Mass demonstrations in Hungary occur over democracy demands. The Exxon Valdez spills 240,000 barrels of oil in Prince William Sound, Alaska. Major disaster. SWAPO insurgents fight with Southwest Africa police. 300 are killed. Georgian demonstrators are massacred by Red Army soldiers. 20 die. 96 die and 766 are hurt at a Sheffield, England football stadium due to overcrowding. A tornado kills 1,300 people at Bangladesh. Lieutenant Colonel Oliver North is convicted on charges related to the Iran-Contra affair. They are overturned in 1991. Over 1 million Chinese protesters marched through Beijing demanding more democracy. Fighting between ethnic Uzbeks and Turk minority in Uzbekistan kills over 100. Fighting between the Beijing army and protesters at the Tiananmen Square leads to violence. A natural gas explosion near Ufa, Russia kills 645 on 2 trains. Suriname Airways Flight 764 crashes in Suriname. 176 die. 300,000 Siberian coal miners go on strike. United Airlines Flight 232 crashes in Sioux City, Iowa. 112 die. The Game Boy is released in the US, as is the Sega Genesis. Leading presidential hopeful Luis Carlos Galan is assassinated near Bogota, Colombia. Lyle and Eric Menendez murder their rich parents in Beverly Hills. 2 million Estonians, Latvians, and Lithuanians join hands for freedom and independence from Soviet occupation. Pete Rose agrees to a lifetime ban from baseball over illegal gambling accusations. Hurricane Hugo hits the Caribbean and southeast U.S., killing at least 71 and causing $8 billion in damage. UTA Flight 772 explodes over Niger, killing all 171, and Islamic Jihad organization claims responsibility. A ceasefire ends the Lebanese civil war. Vietnam withdraws their remaining troops from Cambodia. 63 are killed in a 6.9 earthquake in the San Francisco Bay Area. The first commercial dial-up internet connection is made in North America by the World STD. Lovely name. The communist government in Czechoslovakia is overthrown. Lebanese President Rene Mouawad is killed by a bomb in western Beirut. The U.S. stops a military coup attempt against Philippine President Corazon C. Aquino. The U.S. invades Panama to overthrow the dictator Manuel Noriega. Communist dictatorship ends in Romania when ex-president Nicolae Ceausescu flees with his wife, and they are later caught and executed. Violence between Hindus and Muslims in Bihar, India kills almost 1,000. And the U.S. government seizes the Lincoln Savings and Loan Building in Irvine, California, which lost hundreds of billions for taxpayers. Financier Charles Keating goes to jail. Now, celebrity deaths of 1989. Joe Spinell from the movie Maniac. Salvador Dali, John Cassavetes, Osamu Tezuka, George O'Hanlon, George Jetson, Lefty Gomez, Joe Raposo, Jack Starrett, Sugar Ray Robinson, Lucille Ball, Sergio Leone, Guy Williams, Woody Shaw, Gilda Radner of Saturday Night Live, the Ayatollah Khomeini, Victor French, John Matusak, Franklin Schaffner, Jim Backus, Mel Blanc, Laurence Olivier, Rebecca Schaefer, murdered by a crazed fan, Irving Berlin, Ferdinand Marcos, Graham Chapman of Monty Python, Betty Davis, Jay Ward, Cornell Wilde, Staff Sergeant Barry Sadler, Francis Bavier, Aunt B, Lee Van Cleef. Now let's look at TV shows of 1989. America's Funniest Home Videos, American Gladiators, The Arsenio Hall Show, Baywatch, Captain N the Game Master, Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers, Coach, Cops, Doogie Howser MD, Eureka's Castle, Family Matters, Hard Copy, Hey Dude, Inside Edition, Inside the NBA, The Joan Rivers Show, Life Goes On, Major Dad, Make the Grade, The More You Know PSAs, MTV Unplugged, Quantum Leap, Rescue 911, Saved by the Bell, Seinfeld, Shining Time Station, The Simpsons first episode. It's a Christmas episode. Tales from the Crypt, great show. USA Up All Night, there's Gilbert Gottfried on the right. And The Young Riders. Well, now let's look at major movies of 1989. Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. Batman, I saw that a million times, loved it. Driving Miss Daisy. Look Who's Talking. Dead Poets Society. Lethal Weapon 2. Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Ghostbusters 2. The Little Mermaid. Born on the 4th of July. Three Fugitives. Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. Heathers. Dead Calm. Major League. Say Anything. Field of Dreams. Kickboxer. Pet Cemetery. Roadhouse. Do the Right Thing, License to Kill, James Bond, Weekend at Bernie's, When Harry Met Sally, Parenthood, The Abyss, Sex, Lies, and Videotape, Sea of Love, Drugstore Cowboy, All Dogs Go to Heaven, Steel Magnolias, Back to the Future Part 2, Christmas Vacation, Glory, and Roger and Me. And now let's look at number 1 songs of 1989. Every Rose Has Its Thorn, My Prerogative, Two Hearts, When I'm With You, Straight Up, Lost in Your Eyes, The Living Years, Eternal Flame, The Look, She Drives Me Crazy, Like a Prayer, I'll Be There for You, Forever Your Girl, Rock On, Wind Beneath My Wings, I'll Be Loving You Forever, Satisfied, Baby Don't Forget My Number, Good Thing, If You Don't Know Me By Now, Toy Soldiers, Bat Dance, Right Here Waiting, Cold Hearted, Hangin' Tough, Don't Wanna Lose You, Girl I'm Gonna Miss You, Miss You Much, Listen to Your Heart, When I See You Smile, Blame It on the Rain, We Didn't Start the Fire, Another Day in Paradise. Another big hits, not quite number ones, Girl You Know It's True, On Our Own from Ghostbusters 2, If I Could Turn Back Time, Bust a Move, funny song, Once Bitten Twice Shy, Armageddon It, Express Yourself, Sowing the Seeds of Love, Funky Cold Medina, another funny song, Welcome to the Jungle, Stand, and Love in an Elevator. Now let's look at sports of 1989. Start with Super Bowl 23. San Francisco 49ers beat the Cincinnati Bengals 2016. Second time they've faced them, and they beat them both times. The NBA Finals. Detroit Pistons win their first title. They beat the Lakers 4-0, a sweep. They would win another one the following year. World Series. Oakland defeats San Francisco 4-0. That series was delayed due to the earthquake. Next up, the Stanley Cup. Calgary wins their first and thus far only title, defeating Montreal 4-2. Goalie Clint Malarchuk gets his throat cut by a skate, bleeds all over the place. Somehow he survived. Lucky guy. Shoo. NCAA basketball title. Michigan beats Seton Hall 80-79 in overtime. NCAA football. Notre Dame wins the national championship in the Fiesta Bowl 34-21 over West Virginia. Golf. Masters champ is Nick Faldo. U.S. Open champ is Curtis Strange. British Open champ is Mark Calcavecchia. And the PGA champion is Payne Stewart. Well, that was our look at 1989. And now we're going to look at the game in this video, Gang Fight. This was created by Alpha Denshi. It was also licensed to SNK in 1989. I have never seen it before or heard of it until MAME came along, and it is really not a very good beat-em-up game. It's like Final Fight, although I think Final Fight came out later this year. But it's not technically a very good game. You can play one player and two players simultaneous play. One player is named Mike, and the second player is named Jackie. Jackie is very fast with his attacks, but I am doing my gameplay with just Mike. There's some kind of interesting things about this game. You can change your stats in this game. You can adjust them. You have power, you have speed, and you have guard. And before the game starts, you can adjust them. You have some points allotted that you can spend. And you also put in your initials to start, which is unusual. But yeah, you can change your... You can select what type of setup you want. I go for power type. I like to have as much power as possible. There's a little bit of story via cutscenes as you play through the game. You have these really cheesy moments of English, and some Asian guy in a Indiana Jones hat who's a bad guy. Yeah, they don't speak English in this game. It's Japanese. So we'll get started. You have a jump button, a kick button, and a punch button. But you can press jump and kick together to do a low kick, and you can press jump and punch together to do a low punch. And some enemies are more susceptible to the low attacks than others. You really have to know which enemies, which attacks work better with which enemies. You can come close to an enemy that's huffing and puffing when they get up, and you can press punch or kick, and you do this incredibly awful looking takedown. It's just really poorly done, and you just grab them and slam them to the ground, but it doesn't look very convincing at all. There will be weapons that you can pick up. There was like a concrete block or something that we just saw recently that you can throw at the enemy. There are other weapons like there's a bottle you can swing at the enemy. There's that awful looking takedown move, and just terribly unconvincing. There's a club. There's later on there's like a flamethrower and a machine gun. Those are super helpful. One technically flawed aspect of the game is sometimes the weapons will be unattainable. You can't reach them. They look like you should be able to reach them, but you can't. Some enemies, it's good to use a jump kick on them. And probably the thing I hate most about this game is that awful digitized laugh. It's horrible. It sounds like absolute shit. God, I want to punch something. I mean, in real life. It's terrible. Some enemies you want to get up real close to. They can't seem to... You get the advantage when you're really close. They can't seem to break away. And some enemies you want to keep at a distance. This game really is not very good. And there's that concrete block again you can pick up. To pick it up, you press the punch button. And I think you can press either... No, I think you press punch again to throw it. You can kick while you have that weapon, I believe. Oh, shut up with that stupid, awful laugh. God, that's horrible. Well, I hope you're enjoying my my flashback episodes. I like doing them. I think it's neat to have this little time capsule, little history lesson. And there's that horrible looking takedown. You can actually carry a weapon when you're climbing up a ladder. You won't. I threw it. I didn't need to. You won't see it until you get to the top of the ladder. And now here's the last area at this first level. But I hope you enjoyed my 1989 flashback. Don't pull down while you're on this section here, because you will fall off and you'll lose a life. You can easily fall off high areas to your death. You see your energy bar at the top left there. When you get hit, you lose. From the weaker enemies, you'll lose. You'll just make that one bar black. And then when you get hit again, you lose that bar completely. Here's the boss guy here. Now I just had to beat the boss. Now I move on to the cutscene. And I get points for time left. You get allotted points for your stats depending on your hit percentage against the enemy. I mean, how many hits you were able to connect with. And I got less than 50%, so I only got 3 points to split between power, speed, and guard. Now we'll start the second level. It's really, damn it, it's really stupid that often at the beginning of a level, you can't beat up the enemies. I mean, you can't kill them. You'll be able to throw a few blows and then they run off for some damn reason. There's that really cheesy takedown there. Yeah, this just isn't a very good game. I had never heard of this before. It's not very good. That there is a club. I got an extra life at 50,000. Yeah, enemies that are carrying a weapon might not hurt to duck and kick to make sure they lose it. Definitely keep some distance between you and the enemy when using a weapon. I think that those blocks will drop on you if you're standing right under them. You can see where the shadows are, so you don't want to stand in the shadow. There's another cheesy takedown. Shut up with your laugh, that's really annoying. Don't forge ahead in this game. You can easily move and make the screen scroll over and be surprised by an enemy if you're moving forward too quickly. Now here is where we can get a hold of, there's a flamethrower right there. Pick up flamethrowers or machine guns, and they don't seem to have a finite amount of ammo. Just keep using it up. Just keep using it to your advantage. Die already. There we go. Yeah, this game is not very good. Some people might not really dig my my flashback episodes, but I like doing a little time capsule, little history lesson. Oh, did I lose my machine gun? Yeah, I guess so. That sucks. I'll definitely want to try to get a hold of that post there, or that whatever that is. Because yeah, it definitely packs a punch. Well, if you're into the NFL draft, I hope you were able to get the players that you wanted selected. Don't fall off that bridge by pressing up or down. too much. You'll fall in the water and die. There's that club. It swings faster than the bottle that we saw earlier, but that post there is much better. Now, yeah, this guy has a knife. Don't let him get close, or he'll end your life quickly. Not just by stabbing you, but he can attack very fast when he's close. So you gotta find whatever way you can to keep him at a distance. Can easily whittle down your energy getting close to you. God, that's annoying. It's like a forced laugh. It's just really cheesy. And there's the end of that level. Yeah, I have only 2 points because I got 39% hit. Yeah, they don't speak English. They speak Japanese only. Leave me alone. Yeah, this game sucks. It's got kind of the feel of Double Dragon, like the graphics capabilities, but Double Dragon was a million times better. It wasn't quite technically flawed like this game is. Definitely pick up those machine guns and use them to your advantage. It just doesn't seem like there's any finite supply of bullets. You can just keep laying waste to your enemies as long as you have it. Don't let them knock it out of your hands. And yeah, don't forge on ahead, or you could get surprised easily by an enemy that's swinging just as they come into view. Now this is unusual. There's a boss that's a tank, and you have to hit it enough times with your machine gun. Stay at the far top, and its occasional firepower will not hit you. Just keep blasting away until it's destroyed. There we go. Oh, well, I thought I was going to go to the next level. Now carefully navigate across this rail here. You don't want to fall off. And then you go down these stairs here. Or a fire escape. Yeah, if you're into the NFL draft, I hope you got the players you wanted. That your team picked particularly well. My Bills got Josh Rosen at number 7, or excuse me, Josh Allen. Josh Rosen was the guy I wanted. I really didn't want Josh Allen, but I don't know. He's big. He can definitely sling it. Maybe he is the guy we want. We picked up a good linebacker in that same first round, and then we ended up getting a great defensive tackle to replace Kyle Williams when he's ready to retire. So far, probably a pretty good draft. We definitely need some offensive linemen because we lost 3 of them. One in a trade, and ouch, one in a trade, and two of them retired. So this guy is avoiding my jump kick. Certain enemies will avoid certain attacks of yours. But definitely use your weapons to your advantage. And this is the last boss of this level. He deals a lot of damage when he gets close. Whittles your energy to like almost nothing. Ow! Look at that! Holy crap! Well, I declined to continue right here, but we will look at later sections of the rest of the game. I will not do a walkthrough. Well, you get graded on your hit percentage, and I missed a lot of the times with my attacks, so I got a D. But who cares? I got the top score. I had infinite energy cheat at this point, and I forgot to take it off right away, so it kept on giving me bonuses. Only 2 points, but I gave them to my power meter. This guy, I guess, was the sensei to Jackie, who was player number 2. The sensei turned bad. Yeah, once again, the first couple enemies of a level just kind of back off after you punch them for a while, and I don't get that. That's weird. One of these guys has nunchucks. Oh, this guy. And I did not get the opportunity to use them because they are out of the reach of where I can get them. I can't pick them up. Screw you, game. Well, a little bit later we go to this roof here, and we get the opportunity to use, I think it's called a Yari, a bladed spear. Hey. And then he knocks it out of my hands. Well, screw you, buddy. We'll scoot forward and you go to another rooftop over here. And there's this jackass here and these guys. And there's a ladder that you will go up and go to other floors. And here's the last floor. There's this guy here. Damn it! Let me actually use this frickin' spear. You dickbag. There we go. Suck on that. But yeah, that spear is very useful. But you need a long distance between you and the enemy to effectively use it. That was the end of stage 4. Oops, take off the cheat. There we go. And I'll just use the points for speed. Boy, oh boy, you're all quite a nuisance, aren't you? However, no one who has come into this space is going to get away alive. And there's tigers! You have to duck and attack them. Duck and kick, or duck and punch. And then there's these girls that sound like dogs. Or monkeys. And once you beat them, you go to this cutscene. How are you doing? Not too bad. How are you? This is going to be your grave. Well, you seemed polite. Oh well. And then there's these weird traps that pop out of the floor. But once you beat these guys, then you go to the next section here. What? How could they have escaped from that trap? Never mind. Shitano and his crowd will be sure to see that you get what you deserve. And then you face these samurai type guys. You have to watch out because they can cast lightning and fire at you. We'll skip forward and you go into the tiger's mouth to go to the next level. So you finally come this far. Oh, this is the end here. The girls are here. He means this one that you have to save, and then there's a bunch of those monkey or dog girls that sound like dogs and monkeys that you have to beat up. There they are. Arf, arf, arf. So if they're female dogs, I guess they're bitches. There's that cheesy takedown again. But this guy, preparing to get on a chopper, he'll let go of your girl when you've beaten this boss coming up. And you have to beat this guy. He's got another mallet. And once you beat him, then the guy flies off with his annoying laugh. The girl hugs you. You can break out of the hug. Get away, bitch. You can't hurt her, though, unfortunately. Kind of a technically messed up game. Well, that is Gang Fight by Alpha Denshi and licensed to SNK in 1989. Fairly crappy beat 'em up game. Again, you can play as Mike with the first player controls and Jackie with the second player controls, and you can play one player and two player simultaneous play. You have jump and kick and punch buttons, and you can combine the jump and kick buttons for a low kick and jump and punch for a low punch. Low kick is better than low punch because you have more range. Well, I thank you for watching this, and I thank you for watching my 1989 time capsule. It's funny to see all those Milli Vanilli songs. Of course, the following year they got their new artist Grammy stripped because they did not sing. They lip-synced. And we'll be going back to the 90s with my next video, but this was Flashback episode number 8, and soon I'll be working on Flashback episode number 9, and I will be doing a total of 20 Flashback episodes in a row, and then I will be back to doing a bunch of re-uploads, so I won't be doing requests for a while, sorry. I hope you have yourself a good weekend, folks. Again, this was Gang Fight by Alpha Denshi and licensed to SNK in 1989. And I didn't really like this game that much. Share your memories of 1989 if you like in the comments, or any other flashback video I've done. Well, that was my look back at 1989 and the game Gang Fight by Alpha Denshi and SNK in 1989. This is Crazy Clam80 saying thanks for watching my Flashback episode number 8. I will see you soon with Flashback episode number 9. Y'all have a great weekend, everybody, and I'll see you later. Take it easy. Bye-bye.